gonna start with discussing about the quantitative aptitude. That is your class 147, 146 classes we had done in the last sessions, and where we are in your 14th topic. Where we had done the last topic is your 13th topic, that is being your partnership. In chain rule we had done in the detail about direct proportion and the indirect proportion. So if you had not visited that, you can just go ahead for the same. You will find out each and every video there. And today we'll discuss about in this 147th class, which is we'll have to discuss the rest of the questions, and which we had done your 22nd question in that classes. Now we'll discuss your 23rd question of the session. So the 23rd question we have here, the question is as follows, that has been in the form like the question is: a mat weaver can weave 4 mats in 4 days. At the same rate, how many mats would be woven by 8 mat weavers in 8 days? This has been asked in SSC examination paper, and that has been important one. Of course, we have to go for the same. So let's find it out, and we'll go for in the detail about it. So a mat weave 4 mat weaver can weave 4 mats. 4 mat weaver can weave 4 mats in 4 days. At the same rate, how many mats would be woven by 8 mats weavers in 8 days? This has been the important question, and that has been asked in, as I told you, in SSC examination paper. The options for the same we have 4, 8, 12 and 16. So let's find it out. Let the required number of mats be x. So more weavers, more mats. This has been for the direct proportion. More days, more mats. That has been the direct proportion. So weaver, that is 4:8, and your days 4:8, 4:x. Now 4 into 4 into x equals to 8 into 8 into 4, which is x equals to 8 into 8 into 4 upon 4 into 4. So that is 4 being cancelled. It up 4 1s are 4, 4 2s are 8. So 8 2s are, you know very well, 16. So that for 16 we have as an answer. Now we go further, which we'll discuss about the rest question, which is our 24th question of the session, and we go for it. And as I told you many times, you have to be focused about it when you're going to solve all these type of a question. because these were the question has been important. So now we talk about the next question is, that is your question 24, and the question is, running at the same constant rate, 6 identical machines can produce a total of 270 bottles per minute. Okay, so at this rate, how many bottles could 10 such machines produce in 4 minutes? This is being asked in the math examination paper, and which is of course the important one here. So we go for the same, and the option is 648, 1800, 2700 and 10,800. So here we go for it. Running at the same constant rate, six identical machines can produce a total of 270 bottles can produce a total of 270 bottles per minute. At this rate, how many bottles could 10 such machines produced in 4 minutes? This has been asked in the math examination paper. So we go for it. The options are 648, 1800, 2700 and 10,800. So here we go for the same, and let's find it out the solution for this. Let the required number of bottles be x. Let the required number of bottles be x. Yeah, more machines, more bottles. That is your direct proportion. And more minutes, more bottle. This also comes under direct proportion. So machines, 6:10, time in minutes is 1:4. That is comes under 270:x. So that is your, it has been 6 into 1 into x equals to 10 into 4 into 270, which is x equals to 10 into 4 into 270 upon 6. So 3 2s are 6, 3 9s are 27 and 0 2 1s are 2, 2 5s are 10. It will give you x equals to 1800. So here 5 4s are 20, 20 and 20, 90s are 92s are 18 and 2 zeros. So 1800 will get here. Now we talk about for the next question, that is being the 25th question of the session. Of course that is the important one. So the question we have here is, in a dairy farm 40 cows eat 40 bags of husk in 40 days. In how many days one cow will eat 1 bag of husk? That is what we have to talk here. So yes, we'll go for the same and we talk about it. This has been the question, has been important one, and so this is because which is your has been asked in the railway examination paper, and that has been important one. The option for the same is 1 by 40, 40 and 80. So let's go for the same. That is your 25th question. So we go for it. In a dairy farm 40 cows eat 40 bags of husk in 40 days. In how many days one cow will eat 1 bag of husk? This has been asked in the railway, that we have to talk about it. So let's find out the solution here. Let the required number of days be x. Let the required number of days be x. Then less cows, more days. This is indirect proportion. And less bags, less days. This is direct proportion. So cow 1:40 and bags is 40:1. So 40:x will be 1 into 40 into x equals to 40 into 1 into 40, which will give you x equals to 40. So we get the value of x is 40. Now we go for the next question that we solve here, which has been the 26th question of the session, and let's go for the same, which has been important here as well. So 26th question of the session, we have 12 men working 8 hours per day complete a piece of work in 10 days. To complete the same work in 8 days, working 15 hours a day, the number of men required is, options is 4, 5, 6 and 8. So we'll go for the same and we'll find it out the question solution here. So before starting with this, it's a huge request to please go ahead with like, share and subscribe so that you will get all the information related to it. Let's find it out. 26th question of the session that we talk here, that will be, as I told you, 12 men working 8 hours per day complete a piece of work in 10 days. To complete this same work in 8 days, working 15 hours a day, the number of the men required is, option is 4, 5, 6 and 8. Let's go for the same. 26th question. 12 men working 8 hours per day complete piece of work in 10 days. To complete the same work in 8 days, working 15 hours working 15 hours a day. The number of men required is 4, 5, 6 and 8. Let's find out the solution here. Let the required number of men be x. Let the required number of men be x. So less days, more men. This is indirect proportion. More working hours per day, less men. This is also comes under indirect proportion. So days 8:10 and working hour is 15:8. So it will be 12:x. So here 8 into 15 into x equals to 10 into 8 into 12. Further x equals to 10 into 8 into 12 upon 8 into 15. 8 is being cancelled. 5 2s are 10 and 5 3s are 15. 3 1s are 3, 3 4s are 12. 4 2s are 8. So x equals to 8 that we get as an answer here. Now further we talk about here, that is another question is that what we have to discuss, which is 27th question of the session, and that is important. The question 27 we have 10 men working 6 hours a day can complete a work in 18 days. How many hours a day must 15 men work to complete the same work in 12 days? This is asked in SSC examination paper, and of course that is being important one. So we go for the same. The options is 6, 10, 12 and 15. Let's go for the same. 10 men working 6 hours a day can complete a work in 18 days. How many hours a day must 15 men work to complete the same work in 12 days. This is asked in SSC examination paper. So let's find it out. Let the required number of hours per day be X. So more men, less hours per day, which is indirect proportion. Less days, more hours per day. This is also indirect proportion. So men 15 ratio 10 and days 12 ratio 18. This will be 6 ratio X. So further, so we are on the same way. 15 into 12 into X equals to 10 into 18 into 6, which will be X equals to 10 into 18 into 6 upon 15 into 12. So here 3 2s are 6, 3 5s are 15, 2 1s are 2, 2 6s are 12, 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are 10, 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6, 3 1s are 3, 3 6s are 18. So we'll get the answer X equals to 6. Now we go further. We'll talk about for the next important question that we have to discuss here, which is being the 28th question of the session. And the question we have: 39% can repair a road in 12 days, working 5 hours a day. In how many days will 30% working 6 hours a day complete the work? This has been asked in the CBI examination paper, which has been an important one. The option is 10, 13, 14 and 15. So we go for the same. 39% can repair a road in 12 days, working 5 hours a day. In how many days will 30% working 6-hour day complete the work? It has been asked in the CBI examination paper. So the option is 10, 13, 14 and 15. So let's go and find it out. The solution for the same. Let the required number of days be X. X. Less person, more day. This is indirect proportion. Another is more working hour per day, less days. This is also indirect proportion. So persons and working hours per day. This is 30 ratio 20, 39. 6 ratio 5. 12 ratio X. 30 into 6 into X equals to 39 into 5 into 12. X equals to 39 into 5 into 12 whole upon 30 into 6, where X equals to 13. Now here we have many more questions that we have to talk about it. This is the 28th question that we are dealing here, and further we have to complete many more questions related to it, which is in the next coming class, which we have to discuss here. But there are many important questions related to it, that is very important questions, that is your 29 question will deal it. I will just tell you the question as well, so that you are able to understand that 3 pumps working 8 hours a day can empty a tank in 2 days. How many hours a day must 4 pumps work to empty the tank in 1 day? This has been asked in the MBA examination paper. You can solve by your side if you are able to. And the options is 9, 10, 11 and 12. That's what we have. So here we go for the solution for this, which is the chemistry which we have here. Chemistry for class 11 part 1 we had completed. Chemistry for class 11 part 2 we have to complete it. We had started with as well. Physics part 1 we had started for class 11, and that is of we had done your reasoning. It is a verbal reasoning and the non-verbal reasoning, of course. And other than that, if I'm talking about, yes, we had in terms of quantitative aptitude, in arithmetical ability we had started with, which is we had completed your numbers of SCF and LCF of numbers, decimal fractions, simplification, square roots and cube roots, averages, problems on numbers, problems on ages, search and indices, percentage, profit and loss, ratio and proportion, partnership. And now we are on 14th topic, that is your chain rule. After that, we'll complete time and work by consistent, time and distance, problems on train, boards and streams, allocations on mixture, simple interest, compound interest, logarithm, area, volume and surface area, races and games of skills, calendar, clocks, stocks and shares, permutation and combination, probability to discount, bankers discount, height and distance, odd man out series. In second part, that is your section 2 is your data interpretation, where we have to cover up the tabulations, bar graphs, pie charts and line graph. So here we gonna end up with. Thank you, hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion in the comment box. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.